Last August, the Voyager 2 spacecraft passed through the Neptune system, and except for the single small planet Pluto, the human species has, in the last 30 years, explored all the planets of the solar system. There's only one time when that is accomplished, and we are fortunate enough to be alive in that time. Among my interests in spacecraft exploration of the planets is the very natural interest in the possibility of life elsewhere. We have explored dozens of worlds, if you count the moons of the planets. We have found much that is instructive, an enormous amount that was unexpected. We have seen glorious landscapes, but we do not have the faintest hint of the presence of life elsewhere. There are the stirrings and intimations in many worlds where organic matter is assembling itself, but not a hint of life. And so, after that experience, it's very natural to look with new eyes at our own planet, the Earth, and to recognize how extraordinary it is, a world graced by life. And the conclusion seems to be that you can have many worlds, dozens of worlds, and life on only one of them. It underscores the scarcity, the preciousness of life. It seems to call to us to work to preserve and cherish this remarkable phenomenon that we are so deeply part of. And another activity in space, for me, underscored this lesson, and that was the succession of pictures, but especially the earliest Apollo pictures of the whole Earth. You take a look at those pictures, and you see this exquisite blue and white world set like a jewel against the velvet blackness of space. And the thought that arises unbidden, I think, in every astronaut who has seen it, and every one of us who has seen the pictures, is again about the delicacy, the fragility, the vulnerability of the Earth. And what strikes me especially is, if you look closely, there's a thin blue aura that surrounds the Earth on its daylit hemisphere, and that's just the atmosphere. Its thinness is what is so striking. The thickness of the atmosphere compared to the size of the Earth is roughly the same as the thickness of the coat of shellac compared to the size of a library globe of the Earth. There isn't much air. Now, when our numbers were few and our technology feeble, it was impossible to imagine that we humans could affect the life-sustaining environment of our planet. But now that our numbers are enormous and our technology formidable, even awesome, the situation is different. And it is now clear that we are able, on purpose and even inadvertently, accidentally, to make disastrous changes in the life support system of our planet. For me, I've been led to three of these vulnerabilities precisely by examining other worlds. It turns out, it seems to me, that you can learn a great deal about your own world by studying others. So I was led to the discovery that my colleagues and I made of nuclear winter by studying dust storms on Mars. That was the first step in the long sequence of work that led us to discover this planet-wide climatic catastrophe that now is widely agreed as a possible consequence of a global nuclear war.